Welcome, one and all. Welcome, welcome. It's Josh Goldstein coming at you on May 1st, Thursday, May Day. How's everybody doing today? Today, we are talking about the Trump administration, all of the changes that have happened in the last 100 days. This is not a cause for celebration, not at all. But nevertheless, we must reflect on this and understand this. Someone says, "How are you?" I'm great. I'm fantastic. I'm dynamite. I have never been better because I get to be here with you to help inspire you and help you reach your immigration goals. And when it comes to Trump, we have a lot to talk about for the first 100 days. If you don't know me, I'm Josh Goldstein. I'm an immigration lawyer that is truly passionate about helping you reach your goals, whether it's a green card or citizenship or a work visa. Mohammed Abdullahi, welcome. I am good. I hope you're well too. I get a little caffeine in my system. You might notice a little bit different background. I am not in my office. I'm at home in our extra bedroom. Why am I not in my office? Because there's a protest for immigration that is in downtown Los Angeles. I cannot get to my office. So I wish I could join the protest, but instead I'm here helping you reach your goals. If you have questions, put them in the comments below. The first 100 days of Trump. What do you guys think about all this? What questions do you have about what Trump has done, what he's going to do, where this is all going? What cities and state do I take clients in Florida? Yes, I do. We take clients in all 50 states and around the world. From our offices in Los Angeles, we help people wherever you are. That's what we do. What I want to tell you, though, is that if there's anything that Trump has accomplished, if we want to call it this accomplishment, it is creating a sense of fear. You know, something really struck me yesterday that I think speaks to what Trump has done. And that is on social media for USCIS, he put that visas and green cards can be revoked if people break the law. And this is actually not true at all. A green card cannot be revoked. It cannot be taken away. Visas can, but green cards cannot. In order for a green card to be taken away, someone has to go to immigration court. The only one person who can take away a green card is an immigration judge. And if an immigration judge wants to take away your green card to deport you, you have the right to a hearing. You have the right to appear with a lawyer, and you can come up with a defense strategy. It's not something that can be revoked. It can only be taken away through removal proceedings. This is false. Sugar, you're having panic attacks, 8 weeks pregnant. Congratulations, but you passed your green card interview, so this is good. This is very, very good. Jennifer Johnson, you mean due process? Yes. Everyone has due process. It's not just for citizens, it's for everyone. But one of the things the Trump administration has done is to remove due process. If the Trump administration says that you're in a gang and it wants to deport you because you're in a gang, they don't need to have a hearing. They don't need to present any evidence. They don't need to give you a chance to challenge this. They just stuff you into a van and take you away the same way that would have happened in Chile in the 70s with Pinochet or with Franco or any other kind of dictatorship. My husband's, just as Jessica, are you listening, Jessica? My husband's interview is coming up in the next day. What questions would they ask? Well, I can tell you exactly what questions they're going to ask you. Just get the forms out that you sent in. They're going to read through those questions. They're going to ask you everything on those forms, or not everything, but most things. What's your name? What's your date of birth? Where do you live? Et cetera, et cetera. And they're also going to ask you questions about your relationship with your husband, because you have to prove that your relationship is true and genuine in order to get the green card. How can they put you in jail if you have a green card? Well, in general, they could put you in jail. Let's say you got convicted of murder. You would serve your prison sentence in the US and then you would be transferred into ICE custody. But they can't just randomly put people in jail. No. And if they do, you have a chance to challenge that. Is it true that work permits for asylum seekers are paid $550 and your work permit only lasts 6 months? No, it's not true. There is a filing fee for a work permit, um, and so on. Josh, are you an immigration lawyer? Yes, I am. That's exactly what I am. I have a long YouTube video where I discuss all 16, what I outlined is 16, or maybe it was 17 changes that the Trump administration has done since it got in office. That's 100 days. And I want to run through these right now. The first is it's used the power of the presidency to trash talk immigrants. They spew out racial hatred of immigrants. How long can you stay out of the US? Well, if you have a green card, you cannot stay out of the US too long. My dad had his green card interview recently. Now they're asking for birth certificate. Yeah, that's pretty standard. No problem there. Can you be deported if you're born in America? No. Josh, please work on your team. I wanted to file MLS with your team. They just called me one time. What's MLS? I don't know what that is. MLS, Major League Soccer? I don't think that's it. I have an appointment for citizenship test Monday. I just got my green card through my dad. That's awesome. Oh, mandamus lawsuit. Oh, we can definitely help you. Just message me and we can do it. I personally will follow up with you. If you send me a message on TikTok, I will call you myself in the next, as soon as this is over, I'll call you. They never called. Well, we've been overwhelmed with messages, and I'm sorry about that, but this is for our friend on TikTok. If you message me personally, I will call you as soon as I possibly can, and you can chat with me directly. How's that? So let's go back to the changes that Trump's making. Let's talk about the changes that Trump's making. What questions do you have about that? Thank you for helping we the people. Yes. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you for thanking me. Jennifer Johnson, can you get sent to El Salvador if you're born in America, even if your parents of citizenship after asylum stays from Iraq? No. If you're born in the United States, immigration laws do not apply to you. There have been some unfortunate cases recently with the Trump administration, but no, you cannot be deported. You cannot. No way. No way, no how. Immigration laws do not apply. So you can travel, you can work, you can live outside the US, you can do all sorts of things. You cannot be deported if you're a US citizen. You don't need a work permit if you're a US citizen. You have all sorts of rights. If I was charged for domestic violence, arrested but not charged, would I be denied citizenship? I'd have to look at the paperwork before I can answer that. They're racially profiling investigation in Florida. Yes. If you have brown skin, you speak Spanish, they just arrest you. That's what ICE has been doing. No probable cause. You need probable cause to arrest someone. In the United States of America, we have a constitution. Am I married? I am married. Yes. Josh, you spoke to me and Will was going to call. Will certificate of conviction be enough? I don't know what that. I don't know. Know what that is. Miss Oniyami, how long to wait in 221G before filing a lawsuit? I would say 8 months. 8 months. Arabs too? Yeah, anyone who's not white. How come they're targeting Hispanics only? Because they're racist. That's what they're doing. There's no good reason for it. They don't like anyone who isn't white and Christian. But America is a nation for all people. We are an open society. Anyone from anywhere in the world can come to the United States and become a US citizen. And that's a beautiful thing. And that will never change. The Statue of Liberty is our symbol. This is who we are. Donald Trump can't change that. He can trash talk it, but he can't change the nature of who we are. Rosca, I did an interview and I also did the medical checkup twice, but I haven't received any response. Why are they saying that we'll deport all US citizens? Nobody's saying that. No one's saying that. Have you heard of having to go verify status as social officer? No, this is not something I've heard of, Chris. Ashanti, how true is USCIS ICE visiting green card applicants at their home before the interview? I have never heard of a green card applicant being visited at home before the interview, but this is how it works. If you go to your marriage green card interview and you are not approved, they put you on hold if they suspect that your relationship is fishy, if it doesn't look like it's a real marriage. What will happen is this: USCIS will put you on hold, and then they will refer you to their fraud unit for investigation. And they would come to your house. They come to your house super early in the morning. They knock and they come in and they look to see, oh, wow. They look to see whether they think that you two of you are living together, if you claimed you were living together. What's fear mongering and what's real on the news? That's a good question. The Trump administration is fear mongering. They are arresting people in a scary way. They are violating the law, and they are trash talking immigrants in a hostile way to try to scare people. And it's working. People are terrified. People are terrified. And that's not good. And I'm here to help people. Dindingal, I'm going to apply for citizenship, but there was a portion that said, do you pay for child support? But I'm still married. I need to look a little more at that. Jennifer Johnson, thank you. A family member is afraid to move to Florida because of this. He is Arab American and raised with one parent being an American citizen and the other being a refugee turned American citizen. Well, Jennifer, I'm sad that this person is afraid to live in Florida. Florida is a state that is filled with immigrants, Haitian immigrants, Cuban immigrants, people from Venezuela, people from Vietnam, people from all over the world live in Florida. It's a beautiful state, and I hope your friend moves there and has a great life and contributes to society in the way that immigrants do. Is USCIS still giving green cards to derivative asylees? Absolutely, 100% yes. What do you think about an age gap for a CR1 visa? Well, it's an issue. It can be overcome, but the bigger the age gap is, the harder it is. And also, if the woman who's a U.S. citizen petitioner is much older than the man, that is a particularly hard scenario. Now, why is it harder for an older woman with a younger man than it is for an older man with a younger woman? Why is that harder? I don't know. I'm not here to judge people. This is not my personal opinion. I'm just telling you based on my professional experience. I think that's a good topic for me to do a long video on. La Rue Regalado. We are coming up to my husband's interview in Juarez. What happens if they deny him? Well, instead of asking what happens if they deny your husband, let's ask a different question. What can we do today to give you the best possible chance to get approved? What can we do? What can we do? That's what I want to ask. If there's any possibility that your husband's going to get denied, I want to know about it before the interview. What is happening to Welcome Corps? Does Trump administration have any program with refugees? Thank you, Goldie. I appreciate that. The Trump administration hates refugees. They have a racial hatred for refugees, and they want to get rid of this program. They want to get rid of this program. Is there a 3-month hold on all applications with USCIS? No, there is not. Burnt Popcorn has joined us. This is my favorite name yet for anyone on TikTok. Burnt Popcorn. I like that. Abe Singh, is green card processing stopped for asylees who enter the border or someone who entered with an I-730? No, there was an executive order saying that refugee petitioners, that a refugee could no longer petition for their relatives by filing an I-730. They weren't going to process those applications. But then there was a lawsuit that stopped that. Can you tell me about siblings? Yes, I have a sister. I don't think that's your question, though. Tell me what your question is about siblings. Sorry, you may hear a garbage truck in my neighborhood coming down the street, so I apologize for that. I'm getting caffeine in my system. I'm getting fired up. What's going to happen to the ones who have TPS from Nicaragua? Yes, his eyes are amazing, but he's married. Thank you so much. This is helping my ego. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. How long will the mandamus take? The mandamus, how long will it take? It's going to take longer than you want it to take. But probably, I mean, we've gotten results within 2 months for mandamus. Sometimes I usually tell people less than 6 months. 4, 5 months. The T visa. I got in trouble for saying the T visa was very cool. Another immigration lawyer called me out on that. And actually, he was right, because it's for human trafficking and there's nothing cool about that. What I think is cool about the T visa, though, is that you can take somebody who's been a victim of human trafficking, who has been mistreated, and you can find a better way to help them get a green card. I should have found a better way to say that. Thank you, Fit and Healthy. Oh, Goldie, that's very kind of you. Mara says, thank you for being a light in dark times for immigrants. I'm going to pin that comment because I'm proud of it. It makes me happy. Any chance of expediting the I-601? The I-601 takes so long. It's going to take like 3 years. And I have very low expectations for an expedite request. But nevertheless, you can file an expedite request. You can do that. You can go online. You can file the expedite request. Your content helps so many. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for saying that. You know, sometimes I have ideas for videos and I just get busy, or I lose my motivation. And so it really helps me to hear that this is inspiring for you. What are the waiting times for an application to be approved in Trump's era? Well, I think the waiting times are going to increase. So the sooner you file this, the better. Jennifer Johnson, my in-laws from Pakistan, living in Pakistan, want to travel to Iran for religious reasons. Will they be all right applying for a visa to come to America after this? They've been here before. Yes, why not? Uh, what is you lost your certificate of naturalization? Asthma for crew. What is your question about that? If you lost your certificate of naturalization, you can apply to replace it. I think the form is N565. You can apply to replace your application. Can I file an I-130 visa now? Yes. In general, you can do this. Why not? You can do it. Josh, I have a long case with a long story, and I already have a WhatsApp number. I did contact SOS. We like complicated cases. We like complicated cases. If your case is messy and difficult, you're in the right place. So if you need help, we're here to help you. Here's Abdurrahman. What do we know about the refugee admission URAS after suspension? Any suspension? Yes, the Trump administration has tried to suspend refugee resettlement, and this is subject to litigation right now. How do I apply for military parole in place for my wife? This is from therapy. First of all, we love helping undocumented immigrants who are part of a military family. So if you are married or you have children or parents who are undocumented and you're in the US military, National Guard, or active duty or not, we are here to help. Just let me know. Why do I only answer some questions? I'm just answering this question. I don't know, because I'm looking at my phone and there's millions of questions coming through and I'm trying to do my very best. So forgive me. How much does a mandamus lawsuit cost? Our fees are priceless, but the specific answer is that it varies from case to case. And that's why we offer free consultations where we can chat with you about your immigration situation. And so Moha says, do we need a sponsor if this year my wife only made 10,000 and I made 34,000, but we filed jointly? The affidavit of support is a tricky application that trips up a lot of people. So what I would say is this: it could be something where you'd want to hire a lawyer. But if you look at a form called the I-864P, it spells out exactly what the minimum income is. And that income must be your adjusted gross income, not your gross income, but your adjusted gross income. Sometimes people have a negative adjusted gross income, even though they made a lot of money. So this is a matter of accounting and taxes. Now, for joint taxes, there are two different incomes, right? There's the husband's income and the wife's income, or the two spouses, I should say. So you have to be mindful of that, right? You could have $1 million of adjusted gross income. One of the spouses made $10,000 and the other made, 9,990K. Kathy Hernandez, how long does it take to get a work permit once you apply for a U visa? I would say roughly 6 months. And congratulations on getting in line for a work permit. How do I sign up for a free consultation with you guys? Link in my bio. You can email me. You can give me a call. We can set it up. Can you set a different location appointment if your I-160 is at another location? Yeah, you can change that. Contact the National Visa Center. It's a very good idea. What do you think will happen to TPS from El Salvador? During Trump administration 1.0, he did everything he could to cancel TPS, and the courts stopped him. Hopefully that will be the case this time around as well, because there's a lot of people from El Salvador in the US who have been working hard and living here for many years and making incredible contributions to our culture, our society, our community. And it would be so sad to see to see them lose their immigration status just because we have this orange president. I am a US flight attendant. I have an FAA card passport card. 1,400 is a lot of money for an N600. Okay. Well, what's your alternative? Why do you need to do the N600? Hassan says Somalia. Yes, I love my Somali people. What about Somalia? You ask me. My goal is to help Somali families, help Afghan families, help Mexican families, help Canadian people. I had Canadian clients. I have people from all over the world, and it makes me really proud. I don't discriminate. I have people from every country, all sorts of countries. I don't care what your religion is, what your sexual orientation is. Um, I have I've done religious worker cases for a Catholic priest, an imam, a rabbi. I have all of them, Tibetan monk. I've got all the religions covered. One world, one love is my message to you. Fit and Healthy gave me a heart. I appreciate that. My case is returned to the NVC after interview K1. What can I do? Shiro, if you're listening, let me know in the comments because I have a message for you. You're not going to like what I have to say, but I'm giving you the truth. If you filed for a K1 visa and it was returned to the NVC after the interview, then your case is over and done and it's denied. And there's nothing you can do about it. Shiro, I'm sorry. But I have British clients. Yes. I don't discriminate against British people just because they drink warm beer. Why would I do that? So Shiro, what can you do? Go get married. Go outside the US and get married. Hassan, I have a question. I got to talk to you. Can I get your phone number? Call me and make an appointment through my team, and I can help you. I'll be on the call talking to you directly. Shiru, thank you. Go get married and file a case based on marriage. But my guess is that your fiance visa, without knowing anything about it, this is just a guess. Your fiance visa was denied because they didn't think your relationship was genuine. Miriam, hey, Josh, my case is complex. I like complex. I came to the US as a refugee. I applied for the N400, waiting for the receipt. I applied an I-730 for spouse, still pending 4 years ago. Someone told us to apply. We're waiting again. Miriam, I want to talk to you. I want to help you. This is a kind of case that I like working on. I like complex cases. So contact me through the link in my bio. If you're on YouTube, the phone number is right above my hair. Right above my hair. And if you're on TikTok, you can check the link in my bio. Fit and Healthy, I appreciate you. How to contact you. Call us and make an appointment using the link in my bio. I'll also put my email on here. There we go. Von Carlo Bolalan. Hey, Josh, I've been watching your channel for a few months now, and I finally made it to your YouTube live, and I have a question. My partner is... Who is your partner? What's going on? I am located in Los Angeles, but we help people in all 50 states and around the world. Woke up like this. Do you think that the good relationship El Salvador might sway Trump's decision about TPS? No, I don't. For example, Cubans voted for Trump. Venezuelans voted for Trump. Not all of them, but some. Cubans and Venezuelans support Trump. But he has canceled immigration programs that benefit those countries. That's the way it is. Ely Olivia, we had our interview with you. You said we needed court documents. Court wants to know which ones. Well, I don't know, but contact us so I can give you specific advice. But if you have any kind of a criminal case, you need a court certified copy of a final disposition. You do. You need that. Christy Les. Hello, sir. Would it be possible to renew an LPR with an old DUI misdemeanor that happened 8 years ago? Yes, and not only that, but you may be able to apply for naturalization so you can become a U.S. citizen. I hate renewing a green card. I hate that. I don't like that at all. No loopholes. Yes. Is it harder to renew green cards now in this administration? Look, if you need to renew a green card, first of all, if you have a 10-year green card, anybody who wants to renew a green card, I want you to ask yourself, are you eligible for naturalization? And if you are, then I think you should apply for naturalization. But if you want to renew the green card, you can do so. Don't think about Trump. Don't think about whether it's harder. Just do it. My mother is on here. It says here, help, no sound. Can you guys hear me? Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Okay, so people can hear. That's great. Estella, thank you for responding. By the way, let me know in the comments, where are you guys located? My mom is mute. Yes, tech support for my mom. If there's anybody in Arizona who can code help her, please do so. I'm in New York. We have New Hampshire, Ohio, New York, New Jersey. I am in Los Angeles. Zambia is in the house. Albania, Zambia. I am Seattle. We have Philippines, Salamat, Illinois, but British. Fantastic. Uganda, Denver, Colorado, Florida. Here's someone who needs a consultation. We appreciate you a lot, sir. Thank you for Minnesota, Jacksonville, Weissenberg, Germany. I'm an American from Texas. I live and work in Germany. That's great. Virginia. I am in Los Angeles, and I help people in all 50 states and around the world from our offices in Los Angeles. It's a very gloomy day here in Los Angeles, June gloom. My offices are in Los Angeles, but we help people in all 50 states and around the world. I keep saying that, but it's true. And by the way, if you like this live, it helps me because then other people can see the content. So I appreciate that. Beautiful in New Hampshire. This is great to know. This is great to know. June gloom. I like the June gloom here in Los Angeles. Why do I like the June gloom? Because it's very sunny all the year and the weather is really nice here. So I can live with gloomy weather for a month. I would not want to live in New England where it's gloomy all the time. I need a consultation. What can I do? Click the link in my bio. If you're on TikTok, click the link in my bio. If you're on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn or X, then above my head, you'll see my website, my phone number, and you can find me and you can make an appointment with me and I will help you. Am I from New York? Or am I in New York? I'm not in New York, but we have clients in New York, and we help people in New York, all 5 boroughs, Long Island, Syracuse, Buffalo, you name it, we can help you. How much is appointment? We offer free consultations. We also charge $150 for certain consultations that are more complicated. It does seem like I'm repeating this. Yes, I am. Sorry. Kind of like hitting a glitch. But I hear someone, JJ, I just did my marriage-based adjustment of status interview. How long could it take before a decision? Okay, so either you're going to get a decision very soon or you're going to get a decision in a very long time. So I would say if you don't get approved within 6 weeks, then there could be a problem, and there could be something where they think that your relationship is fraudulent, and then they could investigate you. So there's lots you can do during that time period to advocate for your case and to continue to show that your relationship is genuine. Maintaining a joint bank account, filing joint taxes, going on trips together and taking pictures, making sure that if ICE comes to your house at 4 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning, that you have all your stuff there and you live there. You don't have any kind of living arrangements where you're here and there and you're somewhere else. Your driver's license shows your home address. Is this helpful? Von Carlo Bolalin. My question is this. My partner wants us to get married. I don't intend to violate any immigration laws with my B2. Is it okay to get married in the US while on a tourist visa and then leave and then process the I-130? Or get married in Canada instead? I'm a Filipino based in Canada. Well, we love Filipinos. My wife is Filipina. My children are Pinoy boys. But to answer your question, it sounds to me like you're in the US and you want to get married and you're in the US on a visitor visa. I think you should consult with us for a consultation. Fit and Healthy, by what date are there consultations available? We are a little bit thinly staffed today because today is May 1st, which is a big holiday for some of our team who are not in the US. But we have consultations available. We're busy, but we have them available. Originally from Canada, New England is the best weather. It's the best weather, yeah, depending on what you like. There's beautiful seasons. Autumn is amazing in New England. But Maine has a long, dark, cold winter. What about Real ID stuff? What does it prove? First of all, why do you care about the Real ID? Who cares about the Real ID? I got a Real ID, but why do you want a Real ID? If you have an ID that's not real, just bring your passport. Like, what's the big deal? I have a passport card, a US citizen passport card, and I just keep it in my wallet. Like, what's wrong with that? You can travel with a non-real ID. Just bring your passport. You have a passport. What's the big deal? And if it is a big deal, then jump through the hoops and get a Real ID. You got the global Real ID. Or get married in Canada instead and process the I-130. I mean, I think, Von Carlo, I think you need a consultation, but it may be possible to get married in the US on the visitor visa and just stay in the US and apply for adjustment of status. I really would need to know more about your situation. Does your firm do I-601 waivers, not the I-601A, with an already approved I-130? Absolutely. We do a great job on these. This is what we do. Sumaya Bint Eid. Hey, Josh. I got a dismissed criminal record. Will that affect my case? You have to disclose the dismissed case. You have to provide a court-certified document from the dismissed case, but a straight dismissed case probably won't affect your case. Now, How could a dismissed case impact you? Well, sometimes people think that their cases are dismissed when in fact they are not. Um, Alicia says it's pronounced Wiesbaden, Wiesbaden. Okay. It's also known as an armed forces HQ in Europe. My question is, would Trump's mess affect that is my sons who also live and work here, CRBA Form FS 240, like Obama? We are Americans born outside the US, and my dad, deceased, was an American stationed overseas, and my mom, deceased, was a German, and my son's father, he lives in Granbury, Texas. The majority of my family are in the US. No, look, Alicia, block out the Trump's mess. File your CRBA, consular report of a birth abroad. Get your documentation, and don't overly stress about all the crazy immigration news. Just put your head down and file your case and get what you need to get and get out of the immigration system. So that's my advice to you. Does that make sense? Let me know if you have questions about that. What is considered a straight dismiss case? I did counseling with a criminal lawyer, and he said it was okay. Let me tell you what is not a dismissed case. If you go to court and they say, okay, the judge says, okay, if you stay on probation for 1 year and then you don't, and you stay out of trouble and you do counseling and you pay this fine, then we're going to dismiss your case. That's not a dismissed case. If you go to court and they drop the charges and it's completely dismissed, and you don't have to do anything, you don't have to pay a fine, you don't have to go to school, you don't have to go do probation, nothing at all. That is a just straight dismissed case. And whatever you do with your case, do not seal or expunge your case. Keep it on your record if you can, because you're going to need records from this case in order for you to get approved for immigration. Alicia says, I already have a CRBA, consular report of birth abroad, all that official stuff. I have all proper documentation. So Alicia, what are you trying to do then? What can I do to help? What is a no file case deposition? I'm not sure. I would need to look at what your paperwork. Let's see. What other questions might you have? Any update on US ARP? Trump announced a suspension of refugee resettlement, and this is subject to litigation. We have to wait and see how this plays out. I mean, that's a message that I could say about many different types of immigration cases. Mm-hmm. 90 days finished. Do you need a transcript from the court case or just a certified conviction? Well, I don't really know what your case is about, but a court certified document from the court that shows the final disposition from the case, not a transcript. It's typically what's required.